Hey there, welcome back to the channel. My name is Larry and this is Your Own Adventure. Today we're talking about the Greenleaf Orchid. Now this is going to be a curveball for some of you out there who like riding bikes, but I also like doing things other than riding bikes, so this is one of those things, and it's actually a new journey that I'm going to share on the channel, new project and series. So if you want to learn more about it and you're here for this, then just keep on watching. Hey, it's editor Larry, and I just want to update before we get into the actual video. It's been a few days now since I first shot this video. It's been about a week since I've initially started the project, and I've learned a lot of things about constructing model dollhouses. And so a lot of the techniques that I'm using in this video aren't exactly what I would choose to do now that I've learned a little bit and checked out the forums, but I wanted to introduce this project as a first experience, a real world example of how you might work through this thing without any external knowledge on building a dollhouse. And I think it's actually really relatable, and no matter what happens, how the dollhouse is created, it doesn't really matter. You could use any sort of process or technique to get it done. It's really up to you, but there are easier ways to do things. So just wanted to pop in and let you know that in this video, I didn't edit anything. I didn't take anything out that I thought was stupid now that I have learned some more stuff, and I thought I would share. So let's get back into the video. So I thought I'd share the workspace with you because I know a lot of people have different scenarios and different areas where they can work on this thing. If you don't have any sort of workbench or table or craft station, then you can work on it just on the ground. You just have to, like, put some newspaper down or something. Probably wouldn't be the best method, but this is mine. It's in a closet, so again, it's not that much space. It's nice because I can keep stuff there and then shut the doors and you don't notice it's there. The annoying thing though is that my AC return is right in this doorway, and I have some like foam on there, so it actually kind of deadens the noise, but you might hear it kick on. Other than that, I have like craft supplies on this side and a small workspace there. This is like a 20-inch mat or so. I mean, it's 19, but give or take some, so it's probably about 20 inches, and that's about the amount of workable space that I have, and I'm going to try to get it down on there. I also have this slide out tray that I could put like supplies on if I need it to, but it's not that much space. It's kind of like a storage closet. This is the small scale model I was talking about earlier, and really I'm just gonna have to go for it. But let's get into the actual dollhouse and I'll tell you my first thoughts on it. Now this is gonna be a pretty long-term thing on the channel. It's not gonna be just one and done here, especially with the small model houses or doll houses, if you will, especially from Greenleaf. But I'm going to be sharing more and more of this on the channel and diversify what's going on here. Still will be bike content, so anybody else watching that likes bike content, there still will be bike content, but I have a lot of hobbies, so this one is going to be a new learning experience for me. It's going to be a new journey. I haven't done one of these before. I have experience with architectural modeling and props, miniatures, and dioramas, like a brief experience with those. I did go to architectural drafting school, so I have a pretty extensive knowledge on creating and recreating buildings and architectural design, so this should be pretty straightforward for me. I think the biggest deal here would be the long-term project style building of these small models, because it's going to take a while, and I'm trying to share this during the month of October with you. This is going to be a small preview, and I'm going to try to share all of my insight and experience with this because I am a first-time dollhouse creator, so I will be talking through the process of what it was like opening up this box and how I kind of created a workflow to finish the dollhouse in a certain deadline, and I'm going to share all of the trials and tribulations in between. So if you want to experience something like that, or if you're a person out there that has always wanted to build a dollhouse or create a miniature or something like that, then maybe this will be a good learning experience for you. And so I'm going to share with you right now the unboxing of the actual product and a little bit of the first time experience, what I was thinking. And from there, we're going to start painting the actual model, and hopefully it'll just kind of breeze right on by and I'll be able to pop this thing out by October. I'm trying to make a haunted house out of it and make something cool and quirky. So that's why this studio vibe's going to be alive for the remainder of this video series. And I hope that you enjoy it. If you have any questions about this thing, which is the Greenleaf Orchid, or model making in general, then just let me know. I'll try to answer the best that I can. Other than that, we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. Okay, when you first open this Greenleaf dollhouse, you're gonna see a lot of instructions and a lot of wood. I just kind of took all this stuff out and I went one by one and started reading the manual. There's actually a warm-up instruction sheet, which is funny. And then there's also this thing that's actually the most helpful for me. So I come from like construction documents, it's like a schematic showing every sheet of plywood in there. And once you actually look at this thing, I feel like it makes things a little bit less anxiety ridden, because you could kind of see exactly what's going on with each piece. That's how I felt anyways. And so there's only 10 sheets. There's really only 1, 2, 5. There's only 7 full-size sheets in there, so not a huge deal, and every sheet only has a few little components. So you open it up and it has raw wood in it. These are just like, I guess they're just veneers, really. That's what it seems like to me. This, yeah, even the thickest sheets just feel like thin veneer to me, and that's probably how they keep the cost so low. So these are just like really thin pieces of plywood, or just single veneers. They're not even plywood. And that's really how they make these so inexpensive and probably light. But I'm gonna go from how it was set up. I think it was like this. I might have moved something, but I'm gonna take these first sheets here. These are like just the accent pieces, and I'm gonna paint the accent pieces. So I'm gonna choose a color that I like, and I'm gonna go with a green and pale sort of cream color for all the accents, and we'll see how it comes out. It's been about 2 hours now, and I'm going to call it a night, but I wanted to share with you my experience on that initial work of the model. This is one of many die cut sheets. I kind of consider it laser cut, but the laser cut ones are actually not as intricate as the die cut ones, so I prefer the die cut. They look more natural and realistic. But I worked on painting all the exterior trims and details, so I'm going with like a pretty traditional Queen Anne style paint job with like a goldish pale cream color for the trim work, and then I'm going to go with an olive green for the main walls. And so I did about 5 of these sheets with the exteriors, and now I'm going to finish off the exterior by painting the walls. But some of the takeaways, actually I'm going to take this back. Some of the takeaways here are that these cutouts, the die cut cutouts, are the die cut pieces are pretty difficult to pop out. I just did some initial tinkering and prep work on these, and I found that some tools work a little bit better than by hand. But by hand, you could actually feel the wood a little bit better, so it's more of a personal choice if you're more worried about these getting damaged rather than straight efficiency. But every single one of them so far has been different, from being easy to difficult. There's not really any knowing which it's going to be, especially if you paint them, because then you can't quite see the die cuts there. But I'm excited about this. It was good to get some paint on, and I'm thinking that I'm going to roll the exterior walls. I'm going to go pick up a small touch-up can of paint in a color that I think is going to work well. And coming from just like a painting experience, I painted houses professionally for a while, and I think that painting and rolling these things would be a lot easier than trying to use an artist paintbrush and acrylics, which I did on all these details. Although the details might be a little bit better to do that with, like the artist brush and acrylics, because you get more fine-tune ability, I guess, with your brush work. So there's all sorts of techniques involved in this, and hopefully listening to me talk about it and sharing my experience with you so far will help some people out there, and you'll learn a thing or two. I'm going to continue this project pretty much on a daily now, because I'm trying to get it out and share with you some of the process. So hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, you know where to leave comments, and I'll make sure to answer what I can and what I think is reasonable. So don't forget to go out there and create your own adventure however you can. Spread some positivity. I'll see you on the next one. Mahalo. Thanks.